The room is bright. People talk. Their voices rise and fall like waves on a shore. One person keeps speaking. They hold the floor. They smile. Their eyes search for agreement. They explain. They lay out facts. They show proof. A relentless tide of words. With every sentence, they lose a small piece of their power. This is the loud person fallacy. The mistaken belief that the one who speaks the most holds the most control. But often, the opposite is true. They fill the air with noise and leave a clear path for others to simply walk away. There is another, more potent kind of power. It does not announce itself. It does not need a stage. Silence can be heavy, a stillness that settles in a room and changes the very air you breathe. This is the silent trap. A space that waits, a void that asks nothing, and draws out secrets like a magnet. That feeling we call awkward silence is not just a social discomfort. It is a biological signal, an ancient alarm system hardwired into our DNA. For our ancestors, social cohesion was survival. A sudden break in communication could signal a threat, or worse, exclusion from the tribe. Our brains are wired for connection and communication. Neurologically, we are designed to seek and maintain social bonds through a constant flow of verbal and nonverbal cues. This is the default state of human interaction. When that connection breaks, a small alarm goes off. The amygdala, your brain's threat detector, flags the void as a potential problem. Cortisol, the stress hormone, can begin to rise, creating a palpable sense of anxiety. We feel a primal need to fill that void, to fix the break, fast, by talking. This creates a psychological vacuum that most people cannot tolerate. We offer information, often more than we should. We ask questions, sometimes irrelevant ones. We do anything to end the disconnect, to restore the comfortable rhythm of conversation. This response is predictable and powerful, because once you understand this deep-seated human impulse, the awkward silence transforms from a liability into a strategic tool, a mirror. In a negotiation, a strategic pause after they state their price compels them to justify it or even lower it without you saying a word. In an interview, it prompts the candidate to reveal their true motivations beyond their rehearsed answers. A strategic pause makes truth float, and weak arguments sink under their own weight. The person who feels the need to fill the silence is the one who reveals their hand. Holding quiet is not passive. It is the highest form of active engagement. You are not waiting for your turn to speak. You are actively watching, processing, and perceiving. You see the flicker in the eyes as they search for a new angle. You hear the tiny intake of breath before they concede a point. You notice the subtle shift in posture that betrays their confidence. Think of silence not as an absence of noise, but as a presence of observation. It is a space you deliberately create for truth to enter. You are not planning your rebuttal. That is the amateur's mistake. You are listening deeper to the words not said, to the hesitation between the words, to the emotion hiding behind the logic. Most people are constantly broadcasting their thoughts, their anxieties, their intentions. The silent person is a receiver, collecting the invaluable clues that others discard so freely. Stillness projects confidence. It suggests you are comfortable with the unknown, that you are in control of the interaction, and that you know something they do not. This is the foundation of silent authority. In any social ecosystem, there is an apex predator. It is not the loudest, nor the most visible. It is the silent observer. Their stillness is not emptiness. It is a coiled spring of potential energy, a weaponized calm that grants them an almost unfair advantage in the human jungle. Think of a great owl on a branch in the dead of night. It sits perfectly still, a statue carved from shadow and moonlight. Its head turns, slow, deliberate. It isn't just looking, it is processing every rustle of leaves, every shift in the wind. It listens, it waits, It conserves all its energy for the one moment that matters. It strikes only at the perfect time, with absolute, devastating precision, or the panther. It does not roar to announce its presence. It blends into the shadows, becoming one with the environment. It waits until the prey makes a mistake, a careless move, a moment of distraction. That is the opening. Their power comes from this deep, unmoving calm. This is not a passive state. It is an active, disciplined stillness that projects unshakable confidence. People respond to this same primal pattern. The still one commands attention without demanding it. Their stillness becomes a form of gravity in the room, pulling focus and thought towards them. In a negotiation or an interview, this silence is a vacuum. Others feel an overwhelming, almost painful compulsion to fill that space, with words, with justifications, with concessions. They talk themselves into a weaker position. This is not trickery. It is a fundamental human response to perceived power. Neurologically, your silence can elevate the cortisol levels, the stress hormone, in the other person. They feel the pressure to resolve the tension you are effortlessly creating. Loudness often masks fear and insecurity. Stillness signals control. The person who is comfortable with silence is the person who is in charge of the situation and their own emotional state. The silent observer uses small, deliberate gestures. They hold your gaze, not with a hard, aggressive stare, but with a calm, unwavering focus that says, "I see you." The restless broadcast anxiety and a lack of internal alignment. The still person contains their energy, a closed circuit of power. They are not leaking force. They are accumulating it. Practice this. In your next conversation, make a conscious choice to listen more than you speak. When the other person finishes, wait 3 full seconds before you respond. Let the silence stretch. Watch their eyes, their hands, their posture. In that space, they will reveal everything. In the high-stakes world of business, silence is not merely the absence of noise. It is a strategic void, a vacuum that pulls truth from the air. It is a tool for mining gold, not from the earth, but from the minds of those across the table. In any negotiation, information is the most valuable currency. But most people try to extract it with force, with endless questions. Masters know the best information comes after the question, inside the silence that follows. This is not a mind game, it is neuroscience. An extended silence triggers a primal discomfort, a social anxiety that compels the other person to fill the void. The tactic is simple. You make your offer, you state your price, then you stop. You do not justify, you do not explain, you do not soften the blow. You wait, you create the vacuum.
Most cannot bear it. Their cortisol levels rise. They rush to speak, adding, "It's because our budget is tight this quarter," or "because we must close by Friday." That extra detail, volunteered under the pressure of your silence, is the gold nugget.
Wants are numbers. Needs are the reasons behind them. With this new information, you can solve their real problem, not just haggle over a number. You moved from arguing price to collaborating on a solution, all by weaponizing the quiet. This power extends beyond the boardroom. In an interview, after you are asked a question, breathe, pause, answer with precision, then fall silent. Let your answer hang in the air. Don't rush to fill the space with nervous chatter. This signals thoughtfulness, confidence, and authority. It forces the interviewer to truly listen to what you said. In personal conflict, when emotions run hot, silence is a fire extinguisher. Lower your voice. Add deliberate pauses. You are not being passive. You are actively de-escalating. You cool the room. Use silence to truly understand, not to wound. It becomes a bridge for empathy, not a wall of resentment. Mastering this requires physical control. Keep your shoulders relaxed, signaling you are not a threat. Breathe slowly from your diaphragm. Maintain a soft, steady gaze. Keep your hands calm and visible. Your body must broadcast composure. Practice the 2-second pause in everyday conversations. After someone speaks, count to 2 before you reply. Watch the energy change. See how it makes them feel heard. Remember, you do not need the loudest voice to hold the room. Often, the most powerful person is the one most comfortable with the quiet. End with a slow breath, and let the silence hold the last word.